Hey, it's Sam with Tennis Express. We just got off the court with the Pure Strike 97. This is a carryover from the previous generation's Pure Strike VS. Alex, one of our playtesters, was out there with me on the court. What are your initial thoughts on this frame from Babolat?
So I was pretty surprised at it. I was comparing it to the previous VS model, but it's pretty different, honestly. I think that it has a lot better feel. It feels a lot more sturdy, a lot more like solid contact when you hit the sweet spot. So I think it's a pretty good racket.
I'll echo a lot of what we said about the other Strike models. It's a little bit softer than the previous version. So if you're looking for maybe the arm-friendliest Strike model to play with, this is a good option as well. As far as during the playtest, I really enjoyed that this is more head light than the other Strikes. It's very easy to get around. Almost sometimes I felt like I was getting the racket head around too quickly. Kind of a lower swing weight, again, very head light, but surprising amount of topspin from the back of the court for me with this one. Alex, can you talk a little bit about the serve and the return on this racket?
Yeah, so I think that with the amount of extreme headlight that this racket is, it was giving me a little bit of trouble on my serve, especially trying to kick the ball or slice the ball. I did have to resort to hitting a little flatter with this racket, just because, like you said, it's almost too easy to get this racket around because of the headlight. So that is something to watch out for, but on contact, when you do hit a nice flat serve, it feels really great.
Something that shocked me about this one, so it's 10.9 ounces unstrung. It's a little bit heavier than the rest of the Strike line, but again, very fast through the air, no problems generating racket head speed. I feel like it might be a little less stable than the other 98 square inch models because they're a little bit more heavy in the head. Mm-hmm. So if you are looking for a little bit more extra put away power, you might try the Strike 98s or even the Strike 100s, but if you want pinpoint accuracy and control, especially as you move into the net, this is a really versatile frame from Babolat. Now let's take a look at the Pure Strike 97 specs. This racket features that 21-22 millimeter beam, a little thinner than the other Strikes, 10.9 ounce unstrung weight, a little bit lighter swing weight than the other Strike models, and this one has that 97 square inch head with a 16x20 string pattern. Alex, who do you recommend the Strike 97 to? Who's a perfect candidate for this racket?
The Strike 97 for this racket, I'd say if you're a advanced high-level player and you don't need help with power, because I didn't really get a whole lot of pop or power with this racket. Again, it goes back to how headlight it is. So if you can generate your own power, if you're an experienced player, you have all your fundamentals down, and you want just, like you said, pinpoint extreme accuracy, this is a good one to use.
For me, if you're looking for a racket that's not too heavy at the outset and you're comfortable adding a little bit of weight here and there, I feel like the Strike 97 is a good candidate for customization. This racket is available in those matched pairs, so if you're somebody that's going to buy a couple of rackets, it's always a good option to get two together so that you can make sure that the weight is really, really close as far as tolerance goes. Alex, last final thought, what are you thinking about the Strike 97?
I think I'm really happy that they're making this a 97 and not another VS. I think keeping it a current, like a non-limited model is a really good idea. It's a great racket, so definitely give it a demo.
I did want to shout out the leather grip. A lot of players out there, that leather grip gives a little bit of a firmer feel, and I think it pairs nicely with the softer flex of this frame. Also, kind of a closing thought for me, though this does have that control frame technology with the slight blending of the elliptical with the square beam, this one is the thinnest Pure Strike beam in the whole line, so it is going to have a little bit more flex. It's going to be a little bit more of that old school feel. So that's the Strike 97 from Babolat. Demo today or purchase at tennisexpress.com.